Welcome to Course A of the Creative Kids series. This course is designed to give you an introduction to electronics, circuits, and components. The most effective way to use this course is to fully understand and master each step before moving on to the next. It is very important that you draw out each circuit and wiring diagram, no matter how easy it may seem. If this step is skipped, you may find it more difficult to draw the advanced diagrams in later steps. In scenario 1, your objective is to light the LED by pressing the push button. When you release the push button, the LED should turn off. For your first scenario, we will do this with you. Please be sure to take notes, as after this scenario, you will try this on your own. Before we explain how to wire the circuit, let's take a moment to cover the parts that we will use for this step. This is the 12-volt power source. There are two terminals here, plus 12 volts and ground, GND. Red wires plug into 12 volts, and white wires plug into ground. This is the push button switch. It has three terminals: common, normally open, and normally closed. It switches the power between normally open and normally closed when the button is activated or deactivated. Lastly, this is the resistor and LED. A resistor reduces the flow of electricity to other circuits, preventing damage, and the LED will light up when power flows from one side to the other, but not the reverse. To review, these are the parts: 12-volt power source, push button, resistor, and LED. Open your workbook to Activity 1.1. Let's cover how to draw the circuit diagram. This is the circuit diagram of Activity 1.1. Here you can see the parts that we covered previously: the power source, the push button, the resistor, and the LED. In this circuit, when the push button is pressed, power flows from the power source through the push button to the resistor and LED, then finally back to the power source. Let's try drawing this in your workbook now. This is an activity point. At this point in the video, you will pause the video and do the activity. For this activity, try your best to draw the diagram we just covered. These are the three parts you will need to draw. Pause the video now and give it a try. In your workbook, the power source in Activity 1.1 will already be drawn for you as a starting point. Let's begin there. Start by drawing a line from the plus side of your power source. From here, we will draw the push button. The push button is drawn like this. On the left, label it COM for common. On the right, at the top, label it NC for normally closed. Below that, NO for normally open. From the normally open side, draw another line, followed by a small rectangle. This represents your resistor. From the opposite end of your rectangle, draw a line down, followed by a large arrow. Draw a line at the end of that arrow. Next, draw 2 more small arrows from the side of the big arrow. This represents your LED. From the end of the arrow, draw a line back to your power source. You have just completed the circuit for activity 1.1. Pretty easy, right? Let's review. This is your power source. This is your push button. This is your resistor. And this is your LED. Now that you have completed activity 1.1, let's take a look at activity 1.2, the wiring diagram. This is the wiring diagram of activity 1.2. Does it look familiar? It's shaped exactly like the circuit board. To make things easier, we have shaded the parts that are not used. For this activity, you only need to draw 3 lines. Let's give it a try. This is the second activity point. At this point in the video, you will once again pause the video and do the activity. For this activity, try your best to draw the wiring diagram we just covered. Pause the video now and give it a try. This activity is fairly straightforward. Start by drawing a wire from the circle labeled plus 12V on the 12-volt power source to the circle labeled COM on the push button. From the circle labeled NO on the push button, draw a wire to the circle labeled plus on the resistor and LED. From the circle labeled minus on the LED, draw your last line back to the power source. You have just completed the wiring diagram for scenario 1. Now it's time to try wiring the circuit yourself. Using the wiring diagrams you just made as a reference, connect the wires to your circuit board and try out your circuit. This is the third activity point in the scenario. Here you will physically try wiring the circuit board using the previous diagrams as references. For this activity, try your best to correctly connect the wires in the circuit. For best results, try using a highlighter to trace out your wires in your wiring diagram as you go to ensure there are no miswirings or skipped wires. This will become crucial in later, more complex steps. How did you do? Were you able to light the LED when pressing the push button? Just as with the wiring diagram, you start at the 12-volt DC power source. Plug your first cable into plus 12V. Plug the opposite end of the cable into COM on push button 1. From push button 1, connect your second red cable to NO. Connect the opposite end to the plus terminal of the LED. Lastly, connect your white wire from the minus terminal of the LED to ground on your power source. Switch on your circuit and give it a try. Congratulations! You have just completed your first scenario. In the scenarios following this one, you will be challenged to draw the diagrams on your own with the provided symbols. Try your best And be sure to take notes during the explanations for maximum effect.